Hello, my name is Shakora Bamberg, and this is my creative writing mastery journey. So, for the first course, which is Mastery, Personal Development, and Leadership, my goal is to understand my creative tasks. And how I plan to do this and how I have done this is by reading Mastery by Robert Greene. I plan to conduct thorough research about the late, great poet Maya Angelou and her creative writing mastery journey. My tactic is using the Full Sail Library database. I plan to spend 45 minutes per day writing, and I also plan to use my schedule to help me in doing this. My planner, excuse me. For the next course, which is Art of Visual Storytelling, I plan to explore creative writing trends. I plan to do this by utilizing the Writer's Digest subscription, which is also on the Full Sail Library database. I plan to research interactive multimedia for storytelling. My tactic would be communication, arts, and this again is also found on the Full Sail Library database. My goal would be to start writing daily within my journal. And I plan to do this by following the basic writing teachings of Terry McMillan. For the character creation and development course, my goal is to understand three-dimensional character development. I plan to learn this and cultivate this by reading a lot. I hope to have one artist date per week, and again, my tactic would be following the basic writing teachings of Terry McMillan. My goal is to develop character, my goal is to develop character for a children's story that I have been working on, and I plan to use class resources for character creation and development. For script analysis and criticism, my goal is to add more details to a script that I have also been working on in writing. I plan to utilize course materials to critique the script. My goal is to write a scene for the production. And I would do this by using LinkedIn Learning Video. My goal is to complete the creative recovery, and I would follow week 1 of Waiting to Exhale by Terry McMillan. For the course, which is called Episodic and Serial Writing, I plan to engage in collaborative writing for a class project. I plan to use the tools from the Collaborative Intelligence, which is by Markova and MacArthur. My goal is to continue character development with serial story in mind. I plan to continue reading And Still I Rise, which was written by Maya Angelou. My goal is to complete the creative identity, and I will follow week 2 of Waiting to Exhale by Terry McMillan. For the Creative Writing Portfolio 1, I plan to begin working on my final thesis project. My goal is to write for 45 minutes each day. My goal is to continue reading Waiting to Exhale. I will follow week 3 of Waiting to Exhale by Terry McMillan. For the course, which is called Writing for Film and Animation, my goal is to continue script writing development. The tactic would be reviewing LinkedIn Learning Video and developing editing and creative critique habits. I will also do this by reviewing LinkedIn Learning video. My goal is to continue reading Macmillan's book and follow week 4 of Terry McMillan's Waiting to Exhale. For writing for games, my goal is to understand storytelling in games. I plan to utilize course materials in writing for games. My goal is to explore themes, fantasy, action adventure, and mythology. These are the genres that I would like to explore and to learn more about. My tactic is to utilize course materials in genres for game writing. My goal is to complete Waiting to Exhale following week 5 by Terry McMillan. For the multimedia adaptation course, my goal is to write a short adapted screenplay. The tactic would be reviewing LinkedIn Learning video, screenwriting. My goal is to research multimedia for adaptive storytelling. I plan to do this by utilizing the communication arts, which can be found on the Full Sail Library database. I plan to complete Waiting to Exhale following week 6 by Terry McMillan. For advanced visual storytelling, my goal is to continue exploring writing trends. My tactic would be utilizing Writer's Digest subscription, which can also be found once again on the Full Sail Library database. I plan to continue researching interactive multimedia for storytelling. And again, I will use the Communication Arts subscription, which can be found on the Full Sail Library database. My goal is to complete Waiting to Exhale and follow week 7 by Terry McMillan. And for the Creative Writing Portfolio 2, my goal is to finalize working on my final thesis project. I will use my planner to maintain the schedule, and my goal is to write between 45 minutes to an hour daily. I plan to complete Waiting to Exhale and follow week 8 by Terry McMillan. And within the business of writing, my goal is to research publishing trends in writing. I plan to utilize Writer's Digest and write 1 hour per day and follow week 8 by Terry McMillan. My goal would also be to complete Waiting to Exhale and follow week 9 by Terry McMillan. Some of the industry leaders that I have found to be very intriguing to my journey are Terry McMillan, Devon Franklin, Tyler Perry, Issa Rae, Sarah Dessen, Mara Akil, and of course the late Maya Angelou. Some of the professional clubs and organizations that I plan to join are the South Carolina Writers Workshop, Write by Night, and the South Carolina Writers Association. And the Professional Learning Network, the 3 that I would like to explore and learn more about are the Scholastic Incorporated, Poetry Magazine, and Warren Publishing. Who I would like to gain different things from the Full Sail community are Visionary Voices, Creative Writing Club, and the Full Sail On Air organization. In looking for a mentor, I would hope to find someone who is a strong writer, has a lot of knowledge on publishing companies, a very candid person who can give me the best advice on my work and how I can improve, and a published writer who can help me shape my writing style. For Timeline A, I would just list the names of the courses again that I will be taking. So that is Mastery, Personal Development, and Leadership, the art of visual storytelling, character creation and development, script analysis and criticism, episodic and serial writing, creative writing portfolio 1. And for the timeline B, the courses are writing for film and animation, writing for games, advanced visual storytelling, creative writing portfolio 2, and the business of creative writing. The next slide just has a list of all of my references. And you can stay in touch with me by searching and following or finding me on LinkedIn. And also you can look at my Spark Adobe website just to get more information about me. Thank you.